I want to thank everyone who's tuned in worldwide for the Producing Peace podcast show. It means everything to me to have you a part of my journey, and please feel free to leave in the comments where you're listening to or tuning in from. It has been amazing to be able to have these meaningful conversations that have been tools of lessons for me with the guests that I've had. And it's been super exciting to continue the journey of creating Peace, the feature-length film. So continue to watch episodes and share episodes and support my journey to creating Peace, the feature-length film. Having your support means everything. And if you're compelled enough, please visit the crowdfund link attached to this video and make your contribution. No amount, small or large, will be turned away because it's important to be able to continue this narrative and to enter the trajectory and zeitgeist of what it means to be a storyteller. So I want to thank you so much for your support. Thank you for your kind words, and let's continue the conversation. And peace out.
This is Adomako Man, and you are tuning in to the Producing Peace podcast, a podcast that celebrates the vibrant tastemakers shaping NYC's cultural landscape. From artists to activists, we spotlight individuals driving positive change and shaping the future of our city.
In this edition, the conversation expands abroad in what I like to call World Peace X Egypt. An account manager with a keen focus of delivering results-driven content, he brings a wealth of expertise as a professional social media strategist. His recent role as one of the directors of the Laha magazine shoot featuring Asma Gala demonstrates his creative vision and leadership in the industry. Today, I'm glad to be sitting with Egyptian's It Boy, Mohammed Gadou, aka Gadou.
Hi guys.
Hey.
Hi.
I'm so glad to be sitting here with you.
I'm so glad I'm sitting here with you.
We've been talking about having this happen for some time.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Finally.
So the way how I usually start this show is I'm curious to know. I mean, because we're gonna be this conversation where a lot of us are sitting together. Where are you originally from?
So I'm originally wow. Okay, so yeah, this question, because I was born and raised in UAE, but my parents are from Mansoura.
Okay.
From some villages in Mansoura, around Mansoura. So yeah, we're farmers.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a farmer city.
My mom is from a farmer city. My dad is from a center, we call it. So it's a bit city wise, but still not a city, not full city. It's not the capital of the state of the govern. Yes.
Mm-hmm. So then, your parents are originally from Mansoura.
Yes.
And then, did they have you? And then once they had you, they leave, or what happened?
No. So my dad moved to Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
Abu Dhabi. And then he married my mom, and he went back there. And then me and my sisters, we were all born and raised there.
Oh.
Yeah.
So when you were born, you were born into Abu Dhabi, a Dubai
yes.
hospital.
Al Ain Hospital, yeah.
Oh,
Al Ain Hospital is Al Ain is a city. Abu Dhabi is a coastal city, and then Al Ain is an oasis, basically.
Oh wow! So what was it like growing up in Dubai then?
I grew up in Al Ain.
In Ain,
in Al Ain, yes, Al Ain. And Al Ain was it wasn't a big city. It was we didn't have towers or anything. We just had one mall when I was a kid, and then moved to 2 or 3 malls. And that was it. Maybe one bar in the city. It was Trader Vic's, my favorite. And yeah, that's it. So I grew up knowing nothing about the world, honestly. Honestly, let's be fucking honest. Yeah, I grew up just a very calm life. We just used to play around and on the street, and that's it. Go to my friends' places, go to some parks. That's it. There was not much going on. But then I moved to Dubai.
Oh.
Yeah.
At what age?
So I went to the American University of Sharjah.
Okay.
So that was in Sharjah, but it was 15 minutes away from Dubai.
Uh-huh.
And that was like when I was, wait, when did I graduate from school? I think 18.
Oh
18,
wow.
yeah, it was
Okay.
2014.
Uh-huh.
And I was born 1996. So, yeah.
Wow. And so, so there's like this big like, please break it down because you spend time in Dubai. I've never been
Yeah.
to Dubai yet.
Yeah.
Are people as rich as like they say they are in Dubai?
Look, babe, I think the country, like where when I lived in it, like everyone had money in
Mm-hmm.
a way.
Mm-hmm.
And especially in Al Ain, I didn't see classes at all. And even when I went to Dubai, like there was no class. It was just everyone has the money to an extent. You
Mm-hmm.
can afford like a certain lifestyle to an extent. And everything is like available, so you can choose to buy or not buy. So it was kind of like that, and it was never forced. Like the culture was like bougie experience wise, not bougie looks and stuff wise. And
Mm.
yes, it improved. Like over time, it became like, yeah, we brands, and but like back when I was a kid, it wasn't.
Mm.
Like in uni, yeah, but now it's more and more every day. But like, yeah, everyone is rich because everyone see money. It's money is easy, and that's it.
Money is easy.
Not money is easy. Money is available.
Okay.
But it's not easy. I'm sorry. That
Okay.
was a
But
wrong word.
I
But
mean,
it's
easy or
available.
available, shit. I need it to be available for me.
Yeah, it used to, but again, this is like how things used to be. Now
Mm-hmm.
there's VAT and I don't know what, and like things changed and salaries went down, and there's like this financial crisis. But like back in my
Mm.
times, yeah, and I always think like me and my like friends, we always think and know, yes, we are the like the good people, like because we've seen like the UAE when it was like when it like it's really good, it's really amazing still today.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
like we've seen this country when it's like really great, and we had the opportunity to like get along with a lot of nationalities and like the locals, and like it was just like it's just very harmonized in a way. We grew up all together, accepting each other's like differences, because this is what we know
Mm-hmm.
different. We're
Mm-hmm.
not used to the same image every day. And I think, yeah, to an extent, again, like
Mm-hmm.
again, there's religion and I don't know, but like to an extent we accepted each other differences.
Mm-hmm.
بالعكس, like now I speak like more accents because I adapted to that.
Mm-hmm.
So I always think, yeah, like we're gorgeous, like we're the good people, like yeah,
I remember when I first met you, we talked about like colorism, and you talked
yeah,
about like how you were made feel othered because you were like more browner than the rest of the
yeah,
people
yeah, yeah,
around
yeah,
you. What
yeah.
was that like?
Yeah, but again, because here in Egypt, and the like farmer, like in the, I don't know how to call it honestly,
Like country
like
folk.
yes, yes, appreciate the white skin so much. You have
Mm,
no idea. My mom
mm,
was bullied all the time. Her mom didn't let her go out play in the sun because she was the darkest.
that is
And then
wild.
she portrayed that on me, and I keep catching her, her red-handed. But because like they used to call her out, like she's the darkest one in the house, she made it with me, and then my sisters used to do that. And
Mm,
that is another point, because I thought, now I believe that, and no, my mind was directed to perfectionalize my looks as a kid, while I think I wasn't like, I was like, yeah, that wasn't my mission back
mm,
then.
mm.
But my mind was put into a position like, you're ugly, you have to work on it. And I've always seen myself ugly, unfortunately, because of the color.
What?
Yes, and now when I look back at the pictures, I see a different person. After this idea changed, like this idea changed after when I went to uni. See,
Uh-huh.
because I got exposed to different type of people, different kind of people, like more educated culturally came in, so as well. So I changed my idea. I started tanning. I started like, yeah, I
Mm,
was fucked up at the head before.
that's so crazy because like I show my friends, I'm like, oh, this is the people that I know, and like I think yeah, I remember like showing you to my mom and everyone, and people are like, "Oh my God, he's so beautiful." So it's
Aw,
crazy that
I know.
like,
See,
yeah.
see,
Mm-hmm.
and the crazy idea. I'm Egyptian. I'm African.
Mm-hmm.
How can this even be a conversation? Like
Mm-hmm.
why would my color? But again, I think because of like the how like my mind was directed because of the household, maybe because but then it was my choice to choose differently. But again, I was a kid, so I don't blame myself much anymore. But yeah,
You know, it's interesting because you mentioned that you're African,
yeah,
and I admire that. There's a lot of conversation of what the placement of Egypt
I
is.
know.
And some people say, I'm not Arab, I'm Egyptian.
Yeah,
I'm Egyptian, I'm not African. I'm Egyptian, so of course I'm African.
exactly.
So there's like a lot of different conversations. So I'm curious to know more of your insight towards those
It
ideas.
started when I was on an application somewhere in the world and I was talking with someone. This application that has like your authenticity,
Uh-huh.
ethnicity in it? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I I wrote that I'm Middle Eastern, and then someone was like, "But Egypt is not a Middle Eastern country." I'm like, "Wait a minute," and then I went to Wikipedia, and then I was like, "Wow, yeah, it isn't." But then what are we? And then I started asking, and then yeah, some people say we're not Arab, we're African. Some people say we're no, we're Egyptians, and like Egyptians are pharaohs, and pharaohs I don't know what. But then who built the pyramids? They were the Jewish people. So, look, babe, I don't fucking care. Honestly,
Uh-huh.
but I think my country is in Africa, and I'm dark
Mm-hmm.
skinned, so I'm African.
I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, and
Mm-hmm.
got the big booty, so
I mean, that's I mean the ancestors are doing their thing.
yeah.
Wow. But then wow, I just got like wow. But then so when you came back into Egypt then,
Yeah.
when was that?
Like I used to come and go like every summer
Okay.
and some winters, but then I came back in 2020 with COVID.
Oh wow.
Yeah, my uncle and aunt died, and I was like, wait, hold on, like,
Oh, my
let me see
condolences.
how. Thank you. And now I'm actually like, after all what happened, like literally now, what I think of sometimes, even when I'm high, I'm like, how to connect with people who got to go to the other side, because now I feel like, what the fuck, that is all around us. So I'm just gonna not grieve
Mm-hmm.
and try to like
Mm-hmm.
connect with them, because like, yeah, let's do something about it. I'm not gonna be sad,
Oh my God.
yeah.
And so like you came during that time and then so like what was it like living full time? You eventually moved to Mansoura. That's how Mansoura came.
Yeah, that was hard.
Okay.
That was
Because it was like the country city.
hard. Yeah.
Okay.
Something else that not the country's, yeah, the country's city.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
literally.
Mm-hmm.
So something else about Dubai, we're very naive. We're very naive. Again,
Mm-hmm.
we grew up with, everyone is different, yeah, but like we grew up together. So we haven't seen how a culture might be that is a culture. Like it's actually a culture that has been rooted there. Everyone looks alike. Everyone speak the way they speak, and it's an old country, and like we've never seen that, and we don't know how that is, and we're very simple minded, because no one is like, we're not used to like, like how here in Egypt or in the US, like there are different type of people, like there are a
Mm-hmm.
lot, like it's a huge, like a lot of people, there's a lot of people, but in UAE we went a lot, and we had to respect each other, and we had to respect the law,
Mm-hmm.
because like the law enforcement there is like really strong as well, so everyone just was really respectful. You
Mm.
know what I mean?
It was very like under strong control. And
Yeah.
so because of that, like there was
And
an
everyone
album.
is visiting as well. most
Mm-hmm.
most of people are visiting, so
Mm-hmm.
everyone knows their limit. No one, like, there was not a lot of problems, and if there were, we're not to hear about.
Mm, mm,
So we're not exposed to anything.
mm,
There wasn't that drug scene, the big drug scene. There isn't. I think, yeah, the lack of drugs. Yeah, the lack of drugs. No matter, like, you can't. There is, but like there isn't. You know
mm,
what I mean?
mm,
So the lack of that scene, we haven't seen a lot. So
mm,
coming here, and getting exposed to this culture, to this deep rooted culture, and this totally different people, and like they're yeah, and they respect the culture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you know what? خلاص, we're like this, and we respect that, and anyone else is like different, so we bully them,
Mm-hmm.
or
Mm-hmm.
like in some cases we go along with them. Just like, everyone and their energy. But in my experience, it was a little bad in the first, because I was attacking everything. I wasn't like going with the flow. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, no, why I can't? Why do I change this? Why do I change that? You have to change, and you have to change, and you have to change. But then I'm like, it's their place. It's
Mm-hmm.
your place too. I know, but like it's their place. You're coming new, so you have to adapt a little. And then I
Mm-hmm.
started like not attacking, but absorbing and listening more. And the more you listen, the more that you get used to, the more you love the place. Actually, it's love is attention. So the more you pay attention, the more you love it, and then you choose to keep the pieces of yourself and get in or absorb the pieces of the place that you like.
Mm.
And this is how you start attracting the people that is good for you in this place, I guess.
And so you've only been back for like 5 years.
5 years, and honestly, to be honest, this year and after I moved to Cairo, like it's the only time I can say I finally feel like home again.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what does that feel like?
It feels like it feels like when I'm driving in the street, I feel okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel strange. I'm
Mm.
not belonging to some other streets I'm used to.
You know, I remember when I first met you, we talked about you going viral because someone was recording you on the street.
No, this is how it happened. This is not how it happened. No, I saw a video of someone recording me in the street on TikTok, but it didn't go viral.
Oh, okay.
But like my friend saw it on the For You page. Like it
Oh.
had like I don't like maybe 153 likes.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it was me. It was a Mansoura because I was wearing jacket on shorts, which is like there's a jacket on shorts season, which is now. But see what I'm talking about is the countryside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I am curious then, to switch gears about like, you know, growing up in Dubai and then transitioning into living in Egypt. Is there like a strong commitment to faith in religion for you in terms of being Muslim? Do you identify as being Muslim?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Look, about that, so basically, I was atheist for a minute in uni, and then
Mm.
I'm like, no, wait, this feels uncomfortable. I have to go like to what I know. So I just like, okay, whatever. And then I started like being Muslim, just like whatever.
Uh-huh.
And then I started learning about energy. Like I wasn't praying or anything. Like I prayed for a minute. I felt so good back then, but like I didn't understand it. But yet I was really against praying because like I was always bullied for praying. Like you have to
Are
fucking
you
pray.
serious?
Yeah, babe. Like back in school, they used to force us to pray, and like sometimes the fucking rugs smell like shit. I can't focus. Like I can't. Like I'm disgusted. How can I pray to God if I'm disgusted?
Uh-huh.
And why do I keep like feeling guilty about not praying all the fucking time? Why do I do it at all? You know? And
Mm-hmm.
then I was like, you know what? Forget about it.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it feels good for a minute, I don't want to do something that I'm forced to do.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
then when I started reading like all this energy and I started like experiencing stuff, I started thinking, and then I thought for a minute, I need to meditate. And when I meditate, my life is better. And I have like this bigger exposure about life, and like small things feel small.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is praying? And then I found out praying is basically meditation and yoga. And like there are some positions that when you do it, like the negative energy come out of you, like sujood. So
Sujood.
yeah,
What is
sujood.
sorry.
It's um you can call it like an utter humility. I don't know. Some people just hate it because it's like when you bow down. I don't. Oh, wow. When you're like on your fours. Wow.
Okay, like if you're
Yeah.
like this, is that
Wait.
sujood?
No. Oh. Sujood is like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
So illiterate of me to not know some words, but like
You're totally fine.
I'm a bit like
I asked you because I didn't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like I know the word, like I don't remember it now. So some people, like, I used to think like, why would I do this aslan? Like, why would I do this position? And then when I started praying again, I found out that it actually clears my sinuses, like, let alone,
Wow.
yeah, exactly. So every actually, like, and like, to bow down, you have to do it in a way, and specifically you have to have like a 90 degrees. So when you do it, actually you're actually training your hamstrings basically, and
Mm.
you're letting the blood flow to your calves and stuff. So if you do it right, it actually feels really good.
Mhm.
And like the meditation part of it, and then I found out like the more I do it, the more I'm finding how beneficial it is.
Mhm.
And then like just uh, mentioning God, 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 like over and over, like 5 times a day, it makes me feel like, oh wow, you know what? As a human, I'm sorry, but like, fuck you. I don't care about you. I'm not afraid of you because like there's, you know what? And now I'm thinking of it very openly, and I asked God, God, please, this time I'm gonna do what you asked, but just to try. And I'm very in an open mind. I'm not judging anymore,
Mhm.
but let's see how it happens. And then when I start praying, there's like, if you pray alone or in jama'ah. So when I started praying in jama'ah and I had some questions, so the imam who's praying and like in front of us is like reciting Quran out loud, and then he mentions the ayat, or like the verses of the Quran that is actually is answer to my questions, and that was
Mm.
another sign. And then people started saying hello to me out of nowhere in the street. And I know deep down it's mostly because of meditation and like the scientific part of it. But
Mhm.
and I believe that like whatever energy wise and spiritual wise manifest in like physical ways in our brains and chemically in our brains as well. But then there's something. He specifically asked us to do it, not knowing all these benefits, and doing it just for him, just
Mm.
for God,
Mm.
or them.
Mm.
So I'm like, okay, and then energy wise, to like glow and like to vibrate and like to descend on your frequency, you have to do everything selflessly, because spiritually there's, you have to like, if you want to grow spiritually, there's no sense of self. We're all
Mm.
one. We're all like this one entity. Like all of us is like with God and everything. With all, we're just one.
Mhm.
But on the other hand, to grow a self, this like you need to like improve psychologically.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think yeah, if what I'm saying is correct. So yeah, and this is how I grew religionally. But this all happened now. But again, I'm being very open with it. Like I'm
Mm.
doing whatever I want to do, and like I'm adapting to my life the way it is. But the more I live it, the more I see like why the like why are the rules the way they are.
Mhm.
Like I see why.
Mhm.
That's it. That's my input on
Mm.
all this
What?
religion stuff.
I mean, I see you talk about like spirituality
Yeah,
and the essence of the universe, if you
yeah,
will, and things like that. And one thing I noticed that you do that. Well, I guess I mean because you've been living here for like basically like in Cairo off and
yeah,
on for like 5 years.
yeah.
Um, so then and one thing that I noticed that you do is that you have these conversations while you're passing the
Yeah,
pyramids.
yeah.
Um, would you say that you're always going to be in awe of the pyramids?
Do I what? Again,
Like,
I'm
will
sorry.
you always be like in admiration of the pyramids?
Um, Actually, the pyramids, I only watched them on TV until when I was in uni. I just decided to finally visit the pyramids on my
Uh,
own because my parents did not take us there.
oh wow.
Yeah, exactly. But living around them and going to the gym, like I see them from the gym, like at the
Uh,
gym, I'm like I see them. And growing up, I always wanted to like what the fuck? This is my culture. And now I'm like, here it is, honey.
Um,
So I do appreciate it. I do like to look at it. I do like to like when I'm baked at the gym. I do like to look at them and like to absorb, let's say, like its energy. I feel like it's a very strong metaphor,
mhm,
let's say that, and I like to look at it. I like how it looks different, and I like because when you're around it as well, there's nothing around it, so
mhm,
you see how big it is. And
mhm,
like sometimes when I get close to it, like it is art, honestly. Like
mhm,
it always looks different, and the ground around it is like down and up and stuff. So it always looks different. And suddenly, when I'm driving to the gym, like they look far away, far away, far away from this side, and suddenly you come here, they literally next to you, like, and they're very huge. I'm like,
mhm,
wow. And yeah, and let's again, they just look different all like during the day. You just
mhm.
look at them and you see something different, like,
Yeah.
yeah, the shades and so yeah, I love them, Saraha.
I mean, I think for me, because growing up in New York City, like I've never been to the Statue of Liberty. We just like would ride a boat on a ferry and see it. And I don't feel like but granted, the Statue of Liberty was like gifted by the French,
Yeah,
but like I feel like it is something different about like seeing the pyramids. Like I
yeah,
remember the first time I saw the pyramids, I was like, oh my God, I'm in Africa.
yeah,
I was like, I'm in the motherland.
yeah,
Like, and it's just so like, it's so good. And I just there's something special about like being in Egypt and being in Cairo.
yeah,
And so, but like there's like, when I was, speaking of Cairo, like putting this conversation together, I was like speaking to some friends and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be interviewing Jadu. And like they was like, oh my God, I know him. And it's like kind of a thing to like know you here. So what is that like in terms of like why do you believe that you're so recognizable here in the city?
wow. Okay,
I mean,
I
you're
think it's
poppin', so you're
yeah.
beautiful and
Thank
smart and
you.
vibey.
Thank
So,
you.
uh-huh,
So I got some videos that got viral at some point when I
uh-huh,
was in Dubai. I was living my life and like accepting myself and not caring about what people say for like a long minute, because for a long minute I felt comfortable,
uh-huh,
like really comfortable. Like honestly, my university was a huge part of that, because I used to ask certain questions as an insult before, and then I get these questions with a smiley face out of nowhere.
uh,
So it helped me a lot. It helped me a lot, a lot, a
mm-hmm,
lot, a lot. And I lived openly for so long and not questioning my attitude, not questioning my sense of fashion, not questioning anything.
mm-hmm,
And I was sharing that,
mm-hmm,
and it just popped.
mm-hmm,
It just popped.
mm-hmm.
Maybe because I do things differently, maybe because I'm loud, maybe because of my ADHD, maybe because I decided to be a brat and share my yeah, I knew what brat means recently, and honestly, Charlie,
Uh-huh.
I hope you watch this.
Oh my God, that would be. I mean, if
Wow.
if this makes it to her,
Honestly, I'm a brat. I'm a brat. Thank you. I love you. I
uh,
see you in the mirror.
but I mean, it's, I mean, wow, I'm being thrown off in so many ways because you're so amazing. But
Thank you.
yeah, I mean,
You too.
brat was definitely a thing.
Yeah.
But like back to you,
Yeah.
like it's just the fact that like you're so recognizable in terms
Yeah.
of,
So yeah, so on social media when I popped, like yeah, now I know all these people, all these people know me,
uh,
and yeah, like most of the times I don't feel it, but like when I go out and then I remember like yeah, I see people coming to me and I'm like hi hi hi, and I'm
yeah.
like yes, I'm the social butterfly.
Because
Yeah.
I remember it first dawned on me because one of our mutual friends was like, "Oh yeah, Jadu's like kind of famous here." I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then
Oh, there's this one video.
and then I remember I was asking you about how can I put this? I was asking you about certain type of girlies.
Yeah.
I was asking you about like girlies who transform.
Yeah.
And then I remember I met her and
Yeah.
then she was like, "Oh my god, I love Jadu." I was like, "Oh my god, like it's so crazy because Jadu was just talking about you and then now you are talking about her."
Oh yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
so,
yeah,
so I
yeah,
was just like,
yeah,
it's crazy.
yeah,
And then like literally yesterday I was like, I'm gonna be interviewing you, and
yeah,
then to a friend and they were like, oh my god, I love him, he's so beautiful, he's so nice, and he just has such great energy.
yeah. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, so it's really amazing. But like one thing that I also notice on your social media is your interest for Lana Del Rey, which is wild that she's made it all the way here. What is your passion for her? You love Charlie XCX, sure, but like
Lana Del
Lana.
Rey, I'm a Lana song. I am a Lana song, and I think
What Lana song are you?
maybe pretty when you cry, pretty when I cry, pretty when you cry. See, I'm not a Lana fan now, but guys, you know, I'm a little baked.
Oh my god!
Oh, yeah.
Live your life. Live your life.
Pretty when you pretty when you cry. I cry. And the other woman,
Oh my god.
Born to Die, White Mustang. What else, girly? Oh my god, Pretty When You Cry. Yes, Pretty When You Cry. But yeah, in my feelings, 13 Beaches.
Why so like what resonates with you with?
The love of stop. So yeah, I think.
Do you want me to bleep that out?
Old deep, yeah.
Okay. I was like, hold up. Unless you're comfortable, like I said before, this is a space where I do not want to like subjugate.
Like we're not just want to be problematic, yeah.
So it's just like old people.
Yeah, old people. Her love for old people and for old souls. Yeah.
Like Lolita was like, that was. Have you ever seen the movie?
Yeah. No, wait, which movie?
So like Lolita, the song is based off of a movie.
Yeah, I think I watched it. Yeah,
and
yeah,
there's two versions. Yes. There's like
I watched the newer version.
Yeah, and I remember, you know, this is. I'm telling a little bit about myself now. I remember hearing Pepsi Cola. Oh my god, are we the same?
Girl,
and I remember, and you know, it's so funny because at that
Cherry Cola is a moment for me.
That song, okay, so I remember when that song came out, it was I was going through the deepest, like I was like, what the fuck is happening to my life? And not to like be crazy or like be any wild, but like when I was going through it, it was with someone who was Egyptian. And like they had like a whole family. And I'm just like, what? Like, and when she was singing that song, I was like, and mind you, this was in the Bronx.
Okay.
And when she was singing that song, I was like, why the fuck can I relate to this at like 19 years old?
I know.
You know? So this is you too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like exactly.
Off to the Races is one of my favorite songs of all time.
Of all time. Yeah. Of all time. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's kind of like this whole like I'm with you to the end. I love you. It's like this ride,
music,
like
the beats. Yeah. No, it is one of the, and I just said that on story, I guess recently. So it's crazy that you're telling me this because it is true. It is one of the greatest songs of all time. Honestly, Off to the Races. Yes.
And then every time when I like maybe like in a weird, not maybe weird, but like sometimes when I feel like I have to say something,
yeah,
I always like do the humming to Burning Desire. Ooh.
I feel.
Do you do that?
I do it with other songs, okay. But yeah. But I see what you mean.
Wow.
100%.
Before we continue with our conversation, here's a clip from the film Peace.
You are.
always into the day a day. Bit more back to you. I am curious about what makes you so vibey, because I feel like you're like such a vibe.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Look, now that I'm like after like being like into marketing, I think it's I think again the way I approach life, the way I approach things, the way I do things.
Mm-hmm.
I think from an early age I always wanted to be everything.
Mm.
And I wanted to do
We
every
should remove
like
that out because it's not gonna look good.
yeah.
Yeah. Just looking out for you, but continue.
Thank you. Yes,
Mm.
yes, and I keep playing with it.
Mm.
So I wanted to be everything from an early age, and I wanted to do everything differently. I don't want to do everything like everyone. And I think part of this because I always felt like an alien sometimes because I didn't fit where I was supposed to fit in
Mm.
a way.
Mm.
So I'm like, if I'm not there, if I'm not here, let's just be me.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think this is why because literally even when my videos went viral, I didn't have any idea. Like I didn't aim for it. I was just talking to people or like dancing in the car, like whatever. But like this one video that got really viral by mistake. I was really drunk and like whatever I said on the video, whatever I did on the video, I was just talking to my friend who's picking me up,
Mm.
and this video went really viral. Like it
Mm.
was scary viral, and it
Mm.
was not supposed to go viral. People
Mm.
from Paris, Germany, London sent it to people who sent it to me while I'm
Mm.
at home
Mm.
after COVID, and
Oh
it was
wow.
scary because like it was kind of explicit in a way. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was like wearing short shorts, and I just wanted to show people my undergarments.
You're wild. You're
Yeah,
wild.
and this video went really viral. And after when I came here, when I came here to Egypt, everyone was recognizing me for it.
Really?
Yeah. So answering your question, this is how I was introduced to the Egyptian
Mm.
girlies.
Mm. And so,
Yeah.
how would you describe the Egyptian girlies here?
The Egyptian girlies here, I think. Well, I had my share of old beautiful people. Like
Mm-hmm.
they're all beautiful. Again, honestly, to be honest, they're like girlies are girlies. They're people. They're
Mm-hmm.
humans, and
Mm-hmm.
as any humans, there are a lot of like groups and circles and people. And I think, to be honest, like I don't want to be harsh. I'm still exploring. But I think you attract your vibe. You attract your
Mm-hmm.
people,
Mm-hmm.
and even if some of these people like were did you wrong in a way, try to learn from that and not to like generalize the idea. So I'm very happy with the girlies here, to be honest. They're really
Mm-hmm.
nice. They're really diverse, they're really caring, and I'm very grateful Saraha for the community here, to be honest.
Mm.
Like no matter how different Egypt is and no matter how like chaotic it seems sometimes, but people here actually care about each other in a way. And it might feel like they're over like sharing or like there's no much of personal space, but it comes from a good place, I guess, and to an extent برضو يعني. So,
You know, it's interesting because like in New York specifically,
yeah,
because that's where I'm from. I'm coming from one end and you're the other.
yeah.
But I mean, it's the way how you make it sound, it just sounds like such like a unified community. Like it sounds um
From my perspective,
mhm,
and again
mhm,
to an extent,
mhm,
but like I trust if I need help, I'm gonna get it.
mhm.
I trust in that.
I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and honestly, like even my job, I was like my first job, not my first job, like my job that I stayed for so long. My friend got it for not my friend got it for me, but like my friend helped me to apply to it.
Mhm.
Yeah, my friend helped me to apply, but he didn't get it for me. But like my friend helped me to apply to from the girlies.
Mm.
No, but like I feel like we always kind of help each other. Yeah. It's
So,
not unified. It's not really unified. But again, if you find your people, you get this unity. If you find the right people, isn't it the same there? Tell me.
yeah. Yeah, I think, I mean, I guess for me, I'm just so in awe because it's like, um, yeah, I'm just so in awe that because, I'm a foreigner to this land,
Yeah.
like this is my fourth time in this country.
Yeah.
And so like to understand like the dynamics of like different communities of people is really fascinating to me. And I think, I feel like there is unity, but there's also I feel like right
Yeah. Yeah.
now
100%.
we're like
And by the way, these people, like when I tell you I have my people, like
these are
these people
your
change,
yeah.
and they change, and
Mm-hmm.
like, but over the long run, what I mean is like if I need this person, even if we have problems, I don't know, girl, but like this is maybe what I want to believe.
Mm-hmm.
I want to believe in the good, in the good in people,
That's
like
me too.
Lana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
World peace.
Yeah,
Here we are.
exactly, exactly. Yeah. By
Mm-hmm.
the way, in my world, there isn't any. I mean, it's all peaceful in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel that way for you. I definitely feel like you work towards the intention of peace.
Yeah.
But I am curious to like what advice you would give to some of the younger ones who may be like in conflict of who they are or like fighting because,
Yeah.
one thing like I said before I spoke about to some of my friends here, they were like, "Oh my God, you're gonna be interviewing him. Like I love him. He's
Yeah.
so good." So what would you like advise for people who are like a little bit uncertain or questioning like
Yeah.
who they
It
are.
doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
It really doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever in your head, whatever the question is, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
You're questioning it because you're doubting yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And if you just don't doubt yourself, if you just believe that you're really a simple human being, a part of something really big, like we're all this one consciousness, and you're just here to experience life through your emotions and to go through this huge humongous world
Mm-hmm.
that God built for us, or like this universe, or like nature, or like whatever built for us
Mm-hmm.
to experience, and to learn about, and to meet new people with new perspective, to have a new life every day. Why would you care
Mm-hmm.
about anything at all? Just have fun, just be you, just
Mm-hmm.
go ahead, just live along,
Mm-hmm.
and try to enjoy everything you do. Try to learn new ways to live if you're not happy the way you live now, and just keep exploring. And any question that you have in mind about yourself, you're gonna find the answer if you just simply live happily. You just try to live happily. Try to, yeah, that's it.
I
Have no
love
questions.
you.
Just don't judge
I
anybody and
love
be
you
nice to
so
everyone. I
much.
love you more. I
Like,
swear to God. Like
yeah,
since day one, we connected so much. It's
yeah.
crazy.
Like I'm just like literally like all good intentions, like in terms
I
of,
try.
like I love like just yeah, like working towards optimism.
Yeah.
Like one thing that I usually like because before I used to always be like, oh, that's not gonna happen, or oh, that could
Yeah.
happen, or
Mm.
and now I'm at a place where I say possibilities are endless.
Yes.
And it's true because they could sway anyway, but it's important to
It's
believe that something
crazy.
could happen.
Yeah. 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 100%. 100%.
Yeah, so like, but with that, like one thing I am fascinated with you is about like the amount of like um culture you have with like living in Mansoura, living
Yeah.
in Cairo and
Mm.
Giza,
Mm.
and like living in Dubai
Yeah.
and living in all parts of like the UAE.
Yeah.
Me being from the western side of things,
Mhm.
I'm curious in terms of like what um misconceptions you feel like there are in terms of like the Arab community.
To be honest, I think after all the TikTok and Reels and everything, I think things cleared out. Like even with
Mm.
everything that is happening in the world, I think the world now have a better idea of Arabs, and the Arabs actually changed a lot
Mm.
after all this media openness.
Mm.
Like even Egypt changed a lot. There's like more
Mm.
acceptance about certain things. There are certain things that once I came to Egypt, I was really like crucified for, and now everyone is doing it, and it's fine,
Mm.
and it's fashion, and it's trendy. But it's because this openness in media make people accept things. Thank you, Netflix.
This is so funny. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so yeah, it is changing, and I think people idea even outside it is changing, and I see it on Twitter, and I see people sharing more of Arabic things now, and yeah, I think يعني any misconception should be cleared because honestly, when I see any misconception, like I don't know, like I don't understand, like why, like how do you get this misconception? But again, because there are different types of medias that we were exposed to,
Mm-hmm.
all of us, like each in their countries.
Mm-hmm.
But now there's social media and everyone is in social media.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you want to find out, just look for us.
You know, one thing that because of like I have like a few more questions in terms of like what's been going on in social media
Yeah,
is the conversation about Palestine, and
yeah,
it's really difficult for me to talk about it
yeah.
just because of like what's going on. But how do you feel like it's affected people in Egypt because it's like a neighboring country?
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
It's devastating. It's
Mm-hmm.
just devastating. I don't want to believe that it's going on. I don't think my mind can bear believing it. I
Mm-hmm.
stopped watching the news. I'm so sorry. I'm so
Mm-hmm.
sorry. I'm praying for them.
Mm-hmm.
But I stopped watching because
Mm-hmm.
it really affects me
Mm-hmm.
to a huge extent.
Mm-hmm.
And like a close friend just died like yesterday.
Oh my God.
And how heavy that felt. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's one of like he's my age, and how heavy that felt because like I knew the person, and then I think, whoa, but like there are all these people dying every day. But honestly, again, it's just a trip. I know it's like what I'm gonna say might seem crazy or might seem very cold-hearted, but this is why I try to tell myself to like feel better about anything. And I don't know if the other Egyptians are doing it so, but like we're here for a short time. We're gonna meet all those who died, and I believe nature is gonna take its course, and العدل هيسود. I don't know, like عدل. I don't know, like I forgot the word, but like girl, when you like go to the court and like the right thing happens, what is it called? Like
Justice.
justice. Justice, please. Justice
I'm glad
was
I caught
right.
that. Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah,
No, actually, you
yeah,
can put it. You can put
yeah.
it because I know the word, but like I forgot it.
No,
But like,
no, I totally get it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was like, oh my God, wait, am I gonna know this word? I'm glad I know it.
yeah, justice. See, it's a simple word.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So justice will rise, and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm.
And it's not just this neighbor country. Honestly, anywhere, like generally, like why, just
Mm-hmm.
why?
Mm-hmm. You know, we because we've known each other since like 2000, and we've known each other almost 2 years
Yeah.
because I met you December 2022.
Mhm.
And you know, I remember you know, recently you was talking to me about the possibility of visiting New York.
Yeah.
And I am curious because that is the
Yeah.
land of my
I
people.
know. I know.
So what do you think about New York? Like, what are your thoughts? Good, bad, wild, whatever.
Wild. I always
Wow.
thought it's wild because again, I was born and raised in Al Ain, and Al Ain
Mhm.
was like a simple city. And then when I went to Dubai, I was like blown off, and then I was
Mhm.
like, wow, New York
Mhm.
is like, like Dubai on like steroids, multiple by like 1,000. So
Uh-huh.
like, do I really want to go there?
Uh.
And then I really wasn't interested in going there for so long. But then my best friend, went there because I was scared. Like I was, look, America is all I knew through like media, like sorry, movies. Ever since I was a kid, like we
Uh-huh.
were only watching NBC Two for a very long time. NBC Two streams American movies,
Oh.
so I know New York through movies,
Uh-huh.
but like, you know what I mean? So I always wanted to go, but it was just this idea, it was too big for me. Because
No.
deep down, I'm still a country boy. No, I'm kidding.
No.
But like, I thought like back then, but now nowhere is too big for me. But you know what? But now I'm very excited to see it. Yeah, 100
Mhm.
fucking percent. I'm very excited to see it. Like I need to see it. Like what the fuck?
Uh,
Like I know a lot of things about New York. Like and I've
mm,
seen a lot of places in New York and like
mm.
Lana Del Rey songs. So I have to go. It's gonna happen very soon.
Yeah, and you have a friend there, me.
100%.
And I remember because I was telling my friend, I was like, oh my God, Jadu might be coming. And I was like, I just hope he, like, because literally they would love you.
I
And I'm
would
like, I
love
hope they
them.
don't, like, I hope you don't fall into the wrong kind of people because people over there are crazy.
Yeah.
Continue being up to date with all things peace by following the links attached to this episode. Thank you for tuning in. Now let's wrap up the show.
So I'm gonna just conclude it with like the final two questions that I usually ask, which is the first question I want to know is what does expansion look like for you?
Expansion.
Mm-hmm.
Elaborate.
Oh, you know, Kurt asked me about this too. So expansion in terms of like what does the future hold? Like, what do you want out of the future? Like, does the
Okay.
future
I want to be riding one of these flying cars in the future, to be honest. I want to secure one pre-order right now.
oh my
But
God.
like, so yeah, in the future,
Like, do you want to own your own marketing agency? Do you want to be the like?
okay.
What is like? Is does expansion mean like you working towards like even continuing as an account manager? Like, what does expansion look?
Expansion for me means total freedom to do whatever I like because I want to have like my own underwear brands. I want to have my
Mm,
own resto bar. I want to have a lot of things, but I think and I believe I'm getting the experience to all of it through the years. Like even when I looked back, like now I was fixing my resume and stuff, and I just did like my portfolio, and then looking at everything that I worked, it's all giving me different experiences that the experiences that I want while maintaining like one thing. But because I studied industrial engineering,
mm,
and
mm,
doing this marketing stuff as well now, like
mm,
I'm trying to apply what I know through the processes, and the media part I've done when I was really young,
mm.
and the underwear part I'm learning something new every day.
Oh wow.
So I feel like at some point I'm gonna do something. I know how this sounds, but I do believe in the time factor. Like I do believe I'm gonna be doing something. I do believe that. But there's always this feeling in me if I can't do something perfect, I'm not gonna do it.
Mm.
This is changing now. Like this era of like me being afraid of approaching the stuff I love because
That's just you
I
being a Virgo.
yeah, that just is me being a
You're like, I
Virgo.
want to do it, but I want to do it
Perfect.
perfect.
Yeah.
And
But I
like,
wanna do everything.
hmm
Yes.
I mean, I encourage you to just get your feet wet. Like I always
Yeah.
tell people, get your feet wet because
100%.
then you get messy and then you clean it up.
Yeah,
You polish it, you
yeah,
mold it, just how you do fitness.
yes, yes,
So,
yes. Fitness, like one thing I always forget about it, but like I'm very happy with my results. My mama, with my results. Although like I did it all on my own and I didn't mean to do it, like I still go because it
mm,
really makes me feel sane.
mm. uh,
But
I
yeah,
had no idea about like the underwear line though. That sounds exciting.
yeah,
Hmm
because I always loved underwears and perfumes.
hmm
I always think like if you were like a really good underwear that you really feel comfortable and sexy in, like you wear your perfect tailored for you perfume, you can conquer the world.
Mm. Underwears and fragrance. Good to know.
Underwears and fragrance,
And so
100%.
my final question is
Though I've been commando for the past like 2 years. Honestly, I don't know why, but it just feels way more comfortable.
I you know what I'm that way in the summertime.
And
Are you that way year round?
year round
Okay,
in jeans and shorts and anything, and now I feel like wow, what I was even like wearing underwear.
I have a question. Do you sleep commando?
Yeah, 100%.
Because
I go out commando.
I meet people, they're like,
Weirdly.
oh no, halas, I can't do that. Like you need to put on clothes when we sleep.
Yeah, I put on some shorts or like yeah, I put on something
When you go to
because
sleep? Okay.
yeah. I wear shorts or like PJs and stuff. Like sometimes I try to sleep naked, but I get horny.
Are we allowed to say that?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm get turned on. Like we're humans. Like come
Okay.
on. It's
Just
very
making sure to like follow the parameters. Not that
yeah.
there are really any parameters, but just
By the way,
follow certain.
this is changing now as well. Like when I see the white boys here, the white boys podcasts here in Egypt,
Uh-huh.
like now they're saying words and stuff, but like they bleep most of it, but like some words just go out and yeah. So whatever,
Mm.
but because there are a lot of media, I don't know if like everyone is gonna like be counting the what is going on.
It's just for me, I'm always just wanting to make sure to respect the people
Yeah,
that
yeah,
I
yeah, 100%,
collaborate
hundred
with.
percent,
So as long as
hundred
you're cool with it,
percent.
that's all that matters.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
then
True.
my final question then comes
We're gonna
to
leave that the past conversation out. I think it was a bit problematic. The one I just said about like people not caring.
we'll talk about it after.
Okay.
And so, but I am curious, how do you produce peace? You've mentioned bits of this, but like this is the way how you usually conclude the show. So I'm curious for you.
Breathing, I guess.
Fair.
Breathing because look, peace. I think is gonna because I always wanna as a Virgo, if I want you to do something, I'm not gonna convincing you into doing it. I'm just gonna tell you bluntly. But apparently, this is how not to deal with humans. You need to show them.
Mm,
You need to when you watch something, you start finding yourself doing the same thing. You just watch when you watch someone acting in a certain way or sitting in a certain way for too long, you find yourself sitting the same way. So by breathing and not being hurtful or like by not being rude by not losing my temper by just treating everyone nice by putting a smile on my face by trying not to hurt anyone's feelings by trying to be as good as I can to everyone around me and showing this to people, I guess this is how we produce peace. Because if I keep thinking about the problem, I think it's gonna grow and it's gonna grow on me and it's gonna grow on everybody else. I know addressing the problem is important and uh, it's the first part of solving it, 100%,
mm-hmm,
yes.
mm-hmm,
But let's solve it with an open heart. Let's solve it with acceptance. Yes, there's a problem, okay, 100%, but let's be open with it. Like, let's not give it more than it's worth,
mm-hmm,
you know? So I think this is what I can do while living my life,
mm-hmm,
to be honest. Like, I'm not gonna be an advocate, I'm sorry. Because I get affected by people and by situations really strongly.
mm,
So I try to help the people around me as much as I can, but I can't be an activist and like try to uh, like go and spread peace all over the world because I don't think I can take it. I
mm-hmm,
can take the amount of bad things I'm gonna see.
mm. I hear you on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think but maybe with time, maybe again I've been naive like for most of my life. Now this Egypt experience is like building me a bit stronger, building me a bit tougher, I guess. I don't know. So maybe in years, maybe I'm gonna volunteer doing something to help people around the world. Honestly, I'd love to, because at the same point, I do believe that the essence of what we're here, why we're here in this world, is to yes, experience the world and have fun and enjoy it, but at the same time, help each other. We're like a tree. We live to help each other. This
Mm-hmm,
is how it is. This is how ants and so, like you see, like it's the nature.
mm-hmm,
We're humans with consciousness because we're here to help each other, to live with each other.
mm.
Yeah.
Jadu, it was such a
It
pleasure.
was amazing, honestly.
Mhm.
By the way, all of our conversations should be recorded. Wallahi, me and you, and even when we're drunk and like at a party. Honestly,
I mean, I'm glad that we got this one.
yeah, I'm glad that we got this one, yes.
Please let the people know where they can find you, how they can keep up with you.
Hanjat sensational. Three is Zain, and like, I've I can't speak. And like how we write, how we type Arabic and English letters. So we use three as an I. So Anjad, sensational.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
This is the first time.
this is a Domako Man, and it's been another episode of Producing Peace, produced by Aman TV Productions. And until next time, peace out.
Bye bye.